Our final recognition segment this evening is the EO Teens Dream Spotlight. Please welcome our host for this segment, the founder and director of Global Collab Network, Linda Staheli, and the program director for the Conservation Commons Eco-Teen Action, Brian Coyle.
Hello, my name is Linda Staheli, and I'm with the Global Collab Network. I'm so excited to be here tonight to share with you our winners of the Earth Optimism Teen's Dream video competition. The Global Collab was created to empower and amplify young people, their voices, and to connect them as change agents to work in their local communities as well as globally. And we focus primarily on teens as well as millennials, but mostly teens. And we do this in one of three ways. We bring teens together in small groups to network them and connect them with stakeholders around their passions. So that's number one. Number two, we bring them together in virtual rooms like this, and we've been doing this for about 3 years. And we focus on the Sustainable Development Goals from the United Nations. And we connect them with adult mentors in those rooms, and these rooms are led by teens around action. And we focus on 7 areas right now. We focus on hunger, plastics, and climate change. And those are 3 areas that we collaborate with the Smithsonian on. We call that the Eco-Teen Action Network. And then we also focus on addressing education, the arts, gender equality, and mental health, all really important. So the third way that we engage, and I'm super excited tonight because we've been working with the Smithsonian on our video contest for teens ages 13 to 18 from anywhere on the planet. And it focuses on the Sustainable Development Goals. Teens make a short 2-minute video on their goals, on their passions related to one of the goals. But this year we asked them to focus on Earth Optimism. And so we got 130 videos from all over the world, had youth judges and adult judges working together, and we selected 9 winners. And tonight you're going to hear and see videos from 3 of those winners. So I'm super excited. We fly the winners to Washington, we network them, and we give them mentors, and then often these winners to get on to the really important stuff. We're going to share the videos and then introduce you to some of our winners. And I'm going to introduce Brian Coyle now with the Smithsonian, my collaborator, and he's going to introduce our first winner. Brian, take it away.
Thanks, Linda, and thanks to everybody out there who's been joining us for the Earth Optimism Summit. I'm Brian Coyle with the Smithsonian Conservation Commons, and I'm excited to share our first winning film. The title of this film is Reviving Coral Reefs, and it was submitted by Claire Cohen, who's a high school senior from Los Angeles, California. Conservation of coral reefs aligns with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal number 13, which is climate action, and Sustainable Development Goal 14, life below water. The continued destruction of coral reefs is both heartbreaking and harmful in many ways, and Claire says that her dream is to stop the pollution that's destroying the coral reefs, which could lead to endangerment of all marine life. Following Claire's video, Sylvia Lucino will speak on behalf of Claire, who's unable to be with us tonight. Sylvia is an award-winning change maker and an intern and a mentor with the Global Collab and with the Eco-Teen Action Network. So let's watch Claire's film now.
My name is Claire Cohen, and my dream is to stop coral bleaching. More than 1/4 of the world's coral has been lost in the last 3 decades due to climate change and other factors. Carbon pollution is warming our oceans and causing corals around the world to bleach. Mining and burning coal releases carbon pollution into the air, which is heating the earth and sadly the ocean. The beautiful colors in corals come from an algae called zooxanthellae, which lives inside their tissues. This algae provides the corals with an easy food supply, which gives the corals energy, allowing them to grow and reproduce. But when corals get stressed from things like heat and pollution, they start expelling the algae, leaving the transparent skeleton behind. This is known as coral bleaching. Without the zooxanthellae, most corals starve. If we lose coral reefs, we also lose a vast number of fish and other animals that rely on them. Coral reefs provide shelter, spawning grounds, and protection from predators. As reef ecosystem dies, at-risk species may face extinction. We can take the following steps so that our reefs can rebuild and become healthy again. First, we should avoid sunscreens containing petroleum and titanium dioxide because these ingredients do not biodegrade. We can use alternative renewable energy sources such as wind and solar power. We should not use chemically enhanced pesticides and fertilizers because these products end up in the watershed and may ultimately impact waters that support coral. We should wash our cars on the lawn to minimize detergent runoff into drains. We need to keep gutters, sinks, and drains free of chemicals because what washes down them could end up on the reef. Never pollute. We shouldn't throw trash or human waste in the water, and don't leave trash on the beach. When in the ocean, avoid touching reefs because contact with the reef will damage coral animals. The coral reef bleaching relates to Sustainable Development Goal number 14, life below water.
Hi, everyone. You don't have to be a marine biologist to understand why Claire's video is so valuable and why it's among the winning videos. Coral reef bleaching is one of the first of many to come of the indisputable and very tangible and visual effects of climate change. And we draw so much inspiration from the beauty of the coral reef that the loss of this beauty in the destruction of coral reefs adds magnitude to the severity of this issue. It's also such an economic asset for the fishery and tourism industries. It affects us more than some of us realize. And we must use such a visual example of climate change as a tool to spread urgency surrounding climate change. And as severe as this issue is, Claire notes that there are small changes in our behavior that we can implement to collectively and positively make an impact and lessen our damages to the coral reef. With Claire's video, I would just encourage you guys to find beauty in your natural surroundings, wherever that might be, and to openly appreciate your surroundings in order to, spread awareness for the protection of our ecosystem. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sylvia. That was beautiful. So we're going to now recognize our second winner, Sam Celico, who's a high school senior near Boulder, Colorado. He is one of the Earth Optimism winners, having done a film on tiny houses as a sustainability solution. So this dream that he has to see cities design tiny housing aligns with the Sustainable Development Goal number 11 that focuses on sustainable cities and communities. So Sam believes tiny houses are a way to create affordable properties in desirable areas.
Hello, my name is Sam Celico. My dream for the 2020 Teens Dreams Challenge is to replace larger housing and properties with a smaller, more affordable option in an effort against urban sprawl. It revolves around SDGs 1, 9, and 11, as it is a building plan that not only gears up for a larger future population, but can be a viable option for the less wealthy. First, to understand why a change to smaller housing needs to be made, we must delve into the issues associated with urban sprawl. Though there are many other problems caused by urban sprawl, 3 general topics tend to cover them. Air pollution. Vehicles traveling in and out of cities waste more fuel and create more pollution when traveling longer distances. Loss in land. Nearly 100,000 acres of wetlands every year are lost. This creates a problem because the wetlands clean out most of the pollutants in the water. Other issues include loss of farmland and open space. Increased traffic and congestion. The average American driver spends 443 hours annually in the car. The increased distance of commuting into the city creates more pollution, wastes more driver time, and increases the chances of accidents. My plan is to size down the effect of urban sprawl, literally. Instead of large houses with wasteful lawns, I would like to see small houses, grouped closely together with one shared park or nearby open space. These tiny houses will be put closer to the city at a minimal cost, as most are mobile and take up little space. This will cut back the destruction of open space and create less air pollution, as less of a commute will be necessary.
Hello. I was initially inspired by tiny houses through my father, who lives in town in Breckenridge, Colorado. There, a small house sits in the price range of $2 to $3 million. He lives comfortably in a 500 square foot apartment where he walks 3 blocks to work. My father enjoys the lifestyle he wants at the sacrifice of space. I am also intrigued by tiny houses' minimal environmental impact, as construction and upkeep do not take many resources. I think larger houses are like minivans. They are uselessly bulky and soon to be a thing of the past. Once people realize how much waste and upkeep go into larger houses, they will look to downsize. I personally have had opportunities through the Teen Stream collab where I've gotten to bring my views to light through their competition, as well as speaking here. Through Teen Stream, I have been able to get in contact with a reputable tiny house builder where I can genuinely start contributing. Thank you.
Our final winner of the night is Leah Martino from Catalonia, Spain. Leah's film is titled Save Food, Save People, and it aligns with Sustainable Development Goal number 2, Zero Hunger. The amount of food wasted each year across the globe is pretty staggering. And fortunately, however, there's many easy and effective actions that we can take to drastically reduce this waste and the harm that it causes. Some of the most important actions start at home, like composting or conducting a home waste audit, so that you can understand how you are wasting food, how much food you're wasting, and then you can adjust your shopping and your consumption habits to reduce that waste. And it'll also save you quite a bit of money. Leah says her dream is to stop hunger by saving the food we are wasting now. In the comments that Leah submitted to the contest along with her film, she said, "I believe it's wrong that some people are struggling to have a single meal per day, while others are discarding great amounts of food. I would like to increase responsible consumption to fight against hunger. The world needs many changes. We need to balance things and to take care of people in need. However, we won't change anything if we don't do things right. So we must start acting now to promote a change and benefit everyone on the earth." So let's watch Leah's inspiring film.
Today, 821 million people are undernourished, and it's expected that by 2050 this number will increase to 2 billion. Each day, 25,000 people die of hunger. That's one person every 3.5 seconds, or 34 by the time you finish watching this video. Meanwhile, some are struggling. 1/3 of the food is wasted and lost each year. This number equivalents to $1 trillion, 1.3 billion tons of food, enough to feed 3 billion people. Uneaten food is one of the largest sources of trash that contributes to climate change. It gives off a greenhouse gas called methane, which is 25 times more potent than car pollution. And who are the responsible? In industrialized countries, more than 40% of losses happen at consumer levels. In Europe and North America, the annual capital waste is between 95 and 115 kilos. So we are the responses we need to change. My dream is to stop hunger by saving the food we're wasting now. Regarding to shops, I have thought about creating an app for customers. It will be a platform in which local businesses will have a profile. They will announce the products they are going to waste. People will see those announcements, and after a demand, they will be able to get or buy the food in a lower price. Individuals must start buying just the food they need and use lunchboxes to save leftovers. If just 1/4 of the food waste globally could be saved, it would be enough to feed 870 million people. Every little step will be useful, so start avoiding food waste. Save food, save people.
Good evening to everyone. First of all, I wanted to say that I made this video because I like to discuss about world issues. Most of the times, the ones who participate in these themes are adults. So this video gave me the opportunity to have a voice. What inspired me the most was the number of people that was dying of hunger and the amount of food that is wasted each year. So I decided to take action on that and think about a solution. Nowadays, almost everyone have a phone and use social media apps and things like that. So I decided to include this to my solution because this way I can change communities faster. I'm optimistic about the future on sustainability issues because if that's a really important thing to take action. If we are unmotivated, we won't do anything. A really important thing is to make people aware about world issues and teach youngs to take action. If we start from the base, it will be easier to change because children will grow up and then they will teach their children, and it's like a chain. Finally, I would like to say thanks because most of times youngs are able to discuss about these issues and have a voice. So that's a great opportunity for me.
Wow. Wow, the power of youth. Those were so inspiring, and I am honored teens every single day. So thank you, Sam, Leah, and Claire, and also Sylvia. You can watch all of our submissions on our website. Each of our teen submitters has their own page, and I can't tell you how inspiring it is to go on and watch these videos. The submitters, the winners, all of them. We have over 600, and they're organized by SDG, and you can also look geographically. So in closing, I want to say I'm grateful to the Smithsonian for our partnership. It's given me so much optimism to work with these young people, and I know Brian feels very much the same way. And we see them working in our virtual rooms. Leah's already come into our Hunger Hub and is working with our teams there. So we invite teens globally to join us in these virtual rooms. We invite teens to come in and submit to our global video competition, which will launch again this October. We invite adults to join us as mentors and supporters and stakeholders. So all you do is go to globalcollab.org, and we look forward to connecting with you. So again, thank you to the Smithsonian, and thank you for helping me feel optimistic. And I want to close by asking Sylvia and Sam if they have any parting comments that you want to share, and Brian will then end it. Thanks.
I would just thank you all for tuning in, and perfect. Thank you for tuning in. And if you're a young listener in the summit and you feel inspired by everything you've seen regarding climate change and you want to get involved, I would say just get in touch with the Eco-Teen Action Network through the Global Collab Network. And it serves as a space and an incubator for you guys to get involved in projects like that, no matter where you are. We meet once a week, and I look forward to seeing you guys there. Thank you.
I'd like to add, for those of us who are young and looking to get into helping out the environment, the biggest way to start doing it is by minimizing our carbon footprint and in general with resources we spend. Thank you.
Thanks, Sam and Sylvia, and thank you, Linda. For our audience, if you want to learn more about the Sustainable Development Goals and how to take action or how you might be able to join with an organization that's working towards a healthier planet, you should visit the UN Sustainable Development Goal webpage. And thanks also to joining us. And stay tuned for more inspiring Earth Optimism TV, stories of conservation success solutions tonight and tomorrow. And if you miss anything, you can tune in to the replay over the weekend. So happy Earth Week to everyone, and good night.